It's the station to listen to.
Arirang Radio.
We've all done it before, sat there and asked ourselves or someone around us, yo, what if? In a full hour of everyone's perspective on the what if of the day with a familiar face back in the studio with us. Today we have Joel and Haruto back. What's up?
There's finally two guys in here. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Say hello.
Say hello.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Haruto. I'm from TOZ. Nice to meet y'all.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Hi, Joel.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joel. I'm formerly from BTO, but now I'm here at Arirang Kpoppin.
Yay.
I don't know. You did like the. Hey, do you have like one of those
Turset?
idol insa
Oh,
things?
yes,
he
we
does.
do.
It's like like Turset, like
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of cringe for me, but yeah, we do have one. It's like, what was it? Oh, it's it. 네, 안녕하세요. TOZ입니다. 잘 부탁드리겠습니다. 신인의 패기. Yeah.
Oh man.
I've seen it enough, so.
Oh really? Every time someone.
They were just here as a group.
Yeah, no,
so,
that's what he was saying. He was
Yeah.
Twinkle My Star. He was here last week. He said.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Arirang family.
Oh yeah, and he filled in for you too.
Yeah.
So.
I was like, wait a minute,
Twice.
when was I gone for like a long time? And I remember last year I was that surfing thing. I was gone for a while.
Yeah. When you were gone, he took your spot.
I heard nothing but praise.
아, 진짜요?
Thank you.
오, 다행이다.
Now, it's ironic for today's topic because Joel is like the star of the skit later on. Oh, you have to act out of by the
아,
way.
네. 잘해보겠습니다.
Yeah, but at least we're not making you do like girl
Right,
things
right,
sitting
right.
like we did. But
They made you do it too? They always make me a girl for some reason. Or like a grandma, or like...
it's the funniest thing to do.
재밌었어요.
I'm okay.
It's the funniest thing to do. But you are the star of the skit, but this is also a topic that you really love to talk about.
Oh my God, you have no idea. I saw today's topic and I was like, oh, we're in the ball's in my court now, you know.
Yeah, today I think we're going to have a lot of fun talking about this. So what is our what if for today? It's pretty simple. What if you could only have one item on you during an emergency situation? So like if the world is ending and like, everything is going crazy, what do you want to have on your person? I already know what I want.
Do you already know what you want to?
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't want to be boring. Like, hey guys, I take water because it's you need it for life.
Yeah,
I don't want an answer like that. You know what I mean? So I couldn't really think of one. But let's hear yours first while I brainstorm.
I was gonna say a machete, but I don't want it too big, so I want just a knife. So like
Okay.
something that I can pocket or like have on my person.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, so like if for anybody who goes fishing or like hiking or camping or stuff like that, like a pretty heavy duty knife that I can have like clipped to a backpack or my belt or whatever.
I could see Isak walking through those bushes like.
That's too big. That's
big?
too big. So I would rather have just like a knife on hand because I feel that in any survival situation. I could use it to cook. I can use it to defend myself, but I can also use it in like a medical situation.
Oh yeah.
Like if I had to, like cut something. But
You want to elaborate a little on that?
Yeah.
I feel like.
I mean, like let's say if I see like somebody is shot and like I can see the bullet. I would rather try to fish the bullet out than.
Ooh, that sounds like a big infection to me. I don't know.
I mean, anything in that.
But I guess you're right,
But
yeah.
in that aspect, wouldn't it be better to take the bullet out instead of just leaving it
I
there
suppose so.
for it to?
Well, my dad got shot and he still has bullets in him. So I'm sorry, was that TMI?
No.
So yeah, a knife for me, very realistically. Yeah, if I that's the most realistic thing that I can. think
That's
of.
actually a really good answer. Like I think if you asked just a wilderness person, they would probably say that too. What about you?
Actually, I was gonna say water.
No, well,
that's a good answer,
That's
too.
a good answer. The reason why he's saying it is because it's such a safe answer.
That is
Yeah,
not
I
the
know.
answers that I give. You know what I mean? Like it's
So water.
Yeah, water.
So you're gonna have like bottled water and stuff like that.
I couldn't think of anything. Like I had to go safe. Like I can't think of anything. But I mean, yeah, realistically, water.
Or specifically those like water filters, like if you could take them
Oh,
out,
yeah,
and,
I
like,
know. And then you
those,
can,
like
like,
campers, like
pee.
yeah. Well, I don't know about the peeing, but
Wait, what?
but
Like
yeah,
this-
there's filters that they sell,
Yeah,
like for
yeah.
campers and stuff like that that you
They
can use.
go in.
Yeah.
I found my answer.
Okay, what is it?
Matches, or it's got to be the jumbo box size though, because they run out quick. Matches or like a huge like lighter or something
some
like
light-
that.
so like a
something that
fire
makes
source.
fire.
Okay, a fire
Flint
source.
and rock or whatever. Like, because I would say water too, but like, what I watch lots of these videos, right? And if you want to like filter water naturally without like, if you don't have like an apparatus, then you can use charcoal, and you can make charcoal with fire. So you get the water under control there. You can cook food with fire. You know what I mean? I've seen lots of Bear Grylls, and I know it's not all the way real, but I'm really into that. So yeah, fire.
So how about this?
Smart.
Us three stick together. You bring the water filter. You
Water
bring the
filter.
fire. I'll bring the.
That's
the
good.
knife.
That would be good teamwork. We can survive.
we could stick together.
We'll have a Isa. It's
We'll
morning time.
hunt.
We're like, all right, go catch our lunch, and then she'll like go and like slaughter a deer with her knife. Hey, listen, it's the apocalypse. What do you want?
Right. As long as everything's not contaminated, that's fine.
Yeah, and then I'll cook it, and
All
then
right.
he'll.
I want to ask you guys if whenever you think of like the world ending, what is the number one thing that you think of? Like in like movie wise, I don't care what reference you're giving me. If somebody said, "Oh my God, the world's ending," why do you think the world would be ending? Like a natural disaster, like an earthquake, or like volcanoes, or zombies, or like something's about to hit Earth. Like what do you think is going to cause the end of the world?
Like in a realistic way,
Right.
or
So
like
if
in a fictional way?
while we're in the studio right now, if somebody's like, "Oh my God, the world is ending," what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
It did it to the dinosaurs. It could do it to us.
Okay.
The comet or
Okay.
whatever asteroid.
Okay.
Yeah.
In
What about you?
fact,
Like, virus.
virus. It's so more zombie or like
Yeah.
virus related. Okay.
What
Okay.
about you?
I'm with him.
I mean, that's
I
possible
hate
too.
zombie movies,
But they're
but I love them as well. And whenever I think of like, and I know this is probably why I should not watch so much sci-fi is because the Korean movie Kpoppin? I don't think
yeah.
you've watched it.
I have.
Oh, you have. Joel actually watched a
Why?
movie.
Because it has-
What? You watched
Listen,
Kpoppin?
listen. I was.
You were young.
Yeah, you were
You're a
like
baby.
you were.
I don't
That
even
came
know
out
what
in
that
like
is.
2010 or
Yeah.
11, something like that.
I'm a baby.
Anyway, there's a
The
monster
host.
that was made from like toxic waste that was poured in the Han River. Anyway, I was very hungover when I watched it, eating McDonald's. Sorry, the M. And then yeah, so that's why I remember it, because it was on TV, and I was like just totally not moving. So
Right.
yeah, and that movie actually made waves. in
Oh no, it
Korea.
did. It
In
really,
many ways.
Yeah, no, it really helped create a name for the producer as well. But the reason why, like, I think of like the viruses and stuff like that is just like I am definitely not those type of people that's just like, oh my God, the government is out to get us. But I agree that like everything is very plausible when it comes to like a lot of the zombie startup stories are like to make a certain type of
The T-virus.
soldier or like a virus or like everything that starts off is kind of like for like warfare and stuff like that. And for Kramer too, the host, it was like stuff that scientists were doing here in Korea, that they were shoving it down the Han River, and then like the fish consumed it, and like all that changed. So I'm definitely the type of person that was just like, I know that ignorance is bliss, and I feel that there are so many things that we do not know.
You know what though? I bet that, because you ever heard of that thing? There's like a parasite that will attach to a bug, and it will like eat its brain. It doesn't even have a brain anymore, but the parasite acts as the shell of the bug's brain. If it's possible for bugs, why wouldn't it be possible for humans if they did some kind of genetic stuff?
There's a recent sci-fi that was released on Netflix, so it's pretty similar to
Really?
that. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah.
I really dig. I was really into Resident Evil, the games, not the movies so much, but the games. Like I love them. So like that's right down my alley. And I was watching The Walking Dead until it went on for 7 million seasons, and I was kind of like, okay, this is too
And they
much.
kind of fell off of the actual original comics.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. But I don't. Yeah, I guess if you want to be really realistic, yeah, like a
but
pandemic of some sort.
The movie San Andreas caught me off guard because I'm from LA. So when San Andreas came out, I was like, oh yeah, that's happening.
I don't even know. When you say San Andreas, I'm thinking Grand Theft Auto. So I don't. What's the San Andreas?
There's a fault.
Oh, the San Andreas fault. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
under
yeah.
California. Pretty much the movie, The Rock is in it. The movie is like the San Andreas fault, like literally slips, and like it causes tons of earthquakes and like volcanoes.
2012, that movie.
Right.
Yeah.
So like the end of the world type of thing, but like California almost becomes an island. You know, like
They say that might happen.
that's probably why that movie hit home so directly.
You lived in the valley though. You're all right.
Am I though? I lived through the Northridge earthquake.
What is that?
There was a really big earthquake in the Northridge region of, it was a city in LA, and we're talking like split highways, like freeway thing. Like it was in '94. I lived through that.
Was this okay? Wait, was this during? Wasn't there a baseball game going on at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like footage of like things going crazy. I've seen that footage before. I never knew what it was though.
I lived through that. And I was quote unquote far away
You
from
felt
where.
it?
Oh, I felt it.
Oh.
Oh, I felt it.
He was negative 10 years old.
Probably, yeah. -10. That's accurate.
My gosh, good heavens.
Yeah, I lived through that. So when it comes to earthquakes or anything that involves earthquakes with California, definitely can
They have
happen.
a lot there. Don't they?
The Korean film Baekdusan is also really scary too.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I know what you're talking. I know what that movie is.
Suzi's
I
in
haven't
it.
seen
Ma Dong-seok's in it too. Baekdusan, you know how Baekdusan? It's a movie about Baekdusan erupting,
Oh, like
which is
fiction.
right, but
Oh.
it Baekdusan is a volcanic
It is
mountain, so it's not
it-
impossible.
it's not- is it
It's
active
not
still?
active, but
But
it
it could
is.
be.
It could be.
Mount Vesuvius. No one knew that it would destroy Pompeii, and
Yeah.
that happened. So,
Yeah.
you know.
So that's why I feel that natural disasters are also one thing, but like unfortunately, because I do fixate on a lot of like horror related stuff,
You want zombies?
I don't want them. They just kind of naturally pop up into my head, unfortunately.
Be honest. You're curious of what it would be like, because I am.
I'd be the first one dead.
You think so? I don't think so.
I don't think I would. That's why that was going to be my next question to you guys. If it was a zombie apocalypse, let's think about like The Walking Dead or like even like, you know, Resident Evil or any of those similar games. How far do you think you'll get?
Listen, I'm going to ask
Like,
you.
how do you think you're going to survive?
I'm actually kind of confident because I think I can pretend I'm already affected and like be like a zombie.
I don't think that's how it works. I think they're just
Would they
going to
know?
eat you.
Would they be like, you're not really?
I don't know. How do they know?
Well, I mean, in
Maybe.
The Walking Dead, there was a scene where they covered themselves in like blood and gore,
that's right.
and then they walk through a huge group of zombies. So I mean,
That's true.
if we're talking about if they're only basing themselves off the senses and they're not really going with like any type of brain function in that aspect of
might
like
work.
reasoning,
Yeah.
might
Mm-hmm.
it
I'd try
might.
that.
I don't ever see zombies attacking and eating each other. They always eat like.
Right,
humans,
Yeah.
right,
you know,
right.
or
So
whatever.
they're trying to feed off of live flesh.
All right, so he's gonna last to the end of time, and then
I'm probably gonna die.
why do you say that?
Because I can't run. I feel like I'm gonna be one of those running around like I can't keep up.
Just eat me.
I
think I'm gonna.
but I think your survival instincts would be really good. I think.
Also, I'm too curious. Like curiosity kills the cat for me. Like I feel like I wouldn't sit still in one place.
Oh, you couldn't like just.
I would
to the
probably
plan.
I would probably no like so let's say it happened and I was at home. I've thought about this. Have you ever? So let's say I was at home. Like I think I would use all of my resources, but then I would get too curious as to try to like find the next destination and leave the house too prematurely.
No, he's not. Don't go out there. But I want to see.
I want to see the world.
After watching Yuan's hashtags 살아있다, hashtag
that
alive,
movie, yeah.
that movie was pretty good. After watching that, I live in an apartment complex and right across the highway, I live like near like a highway. There's a few motels
Okay.
in the area. And I always think, if I don't have a bow and arrow, would I be able to like launch something that far?
It would be like could you throw it? Is what
Like
you're saying?
or however launch it I could. And would I be able to like travel there, like glide down?
that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like totally Home Alone it. But like
Well, your floor is probably pretty high, right?
I live on the 10th floor.
That's not a risk I'm willing to take.
So if I go to the motels, I think they're like 5 stories high. So it would like be the drop wise, it's not going to be that bad. But it's just like, you know, I sometimes I just stare off into space. And I'm like, what if? Like what? Yeah, what if? Would I?
I think it would be fun. I think that's a testament to how boring my life is. I wish the world ended with zombies. but you know, I,
Do you feel that you're gonna survive?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
like
How?
you say no.
Oh no. I
Oh,
just
no, you
wanna know-
gotta-
I don't know. No. I want to know like how though.
Well, because like you know, okay, first of all, we actually talked about this on the podcast recently. Like if we were to survive a zombie apocalypse, and like first of all, I'm not a person that's particularly picky about a lot of things. Like people that are like, oh, I only eat S grade steak for dinner. Like you know those kind of people, right? Like. How are you gonna survive in an emergency situation like that? You know, like I only drink bottled water. Like no. Like if I in any situation like that, I think I'd be pretty good at it. I have good survival instincts. I think I was in Boy Scouts and all that stuff. I know how to shoot guns. Like you know, like I could probably survive for a while, but I am incredibly scared. So I would probably just hole up in like a house and then just die alone. For being honest, because I'm really scared of
You
stuff.
would need a good leader to find you and
Yeah.
recruit you to jump into his crew so you can be
Yeah.
a good asset.
I'm a sheep, not a herder. I'm that kind of person. I'm part of the sheeple. You know.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we're going to dive into our skit for today. We're just all friends.
Oh.
Thankfully, Takanim didn't like
Thank you, Jakani.
make us be different people and
Mm-hmm.
all this other stuff. So, are you ready for the skit?
Yeah.
We don't have to change our voices or anything.
No, we can just
we
be
don't.
us.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God.
We can just be
Thank
us.
God.
No
he
worries.
knows. He knows the struggle.
Yeah. Takanim did push him a little bit when he was here. All right, we're gonna do this skit. You guys ready?
Mhm.
Yep.
All right, let's go. Joel, what are you studying? Wait, don't tell me you're actually reading anything important.
I'm busy, Isak. Don't bother me.
Are you going somewhere? I mean, what's with the bag?
I think I know. I told you to not wait till the last minute.
Haruto, you sound like you're already prepared.
Of course, I have an emergency bag. Everyone does, except you, that is.
Wait, emergency what? What are you guys talking about?
I was watching a movie about it last night. Tunnels collapsing, flooding everywhere, wildfires, and the whole world was coming to an end. People were searching for water and so many other things. I felt the urge to make an emergency bag.
If it scared you so much, stop watching end of the world movies.
You're not listening to me. These things could really happen. You need to have an emergency bag everywhere, at work, in your car, at the house, etc.
I mean, okay, it sounds like a good idea, but you can't possibly think that kind of thing will happen, right?
Ishak, there are so many movies that are made based on real events, and they're so much worse than I could have ever imagined. We need to be prepared.
Okay, fine. But, I mean, I can see where you guys are going with this, but can we just, like, not think about it all the time? You know, it's like you're trying to manifest something bad to happen.
No! I think we need to convince Isak how bad it can get. We're rewatching the movie I saw last night.
I don't mind having a movie night with the two of you, but I might have to side with Ishak on this one. You seem just a tiny bit paranoid.
Exactly, thank you. That's my point. Joel, I get it. Really, I do. But right now, you need to just breathe, calm down.
Stop turning on me as a paranoid person. Call it motivation.
Right, just maybe not try to do everything today.
Okay, so my thoughts exactly. Your idea is a great one, but let's take our time getting one together. Okay, so we'll help you with the one for the house today, and then you can work on another one sometime later this week. You're sweating.
I didn't even realize I was sweating. I guess you're right.
I think lunch will make you feel better.
We'll wait for you, so why don't you go take a shower and we'll go get some food.
You don't think something will happen while I'm in the shower, do you?
You have my word. You're safe.
You could just order it. I don't have to shower then.
No! Oh, it looks like we're staying in.
Even though we stay in, Joel, please take a shower. The movie for tonight is definitely going to be a rom-com.
Yes, please!
Hola a todos, ¿cómo están? Estamos escuchando Arirang Radio desde Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Where are you listening from? Let us know. Leave it at arirangradio.com.
That was some Espa for you with Armageddon. Joel?
Yeah, so I actually wanted to request a song that is somewhat normal, because usually I don't, and they get shot down by our PD. But I chose this song because, well, clearly Armageddon, you know. And people ask the question, like, what if you were the last person on Earth? What do you think you would do? And I'd be like, honestly, I just probably just wait to expire because I mean, what is there to do really?
Right, if you're just the last
Yeah.
sole person on the
Yeah,
on
so
the earth.
and that's it. When I hear the word Armageddon, I think the movie first of all, and then after that, I'm like complete destruction of everything.
I bawled during that movie. You're way too young. You don't even know what
wasn't
movie
even
that
born
is,
when it came out,
right?
I don't think. Was it? When did that come out? It was a '90s movie, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Is it not Armageddon?
Oh, maybe it is. Hold
That's
on.
with the comet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think that's a late '90s movie because I know the Twin
Oh my
Towers
God!
are in that
It
movie.
was it was in '98.
Yeah, because the World Trade Center's in there still. I remember seeing it recently.
What?
Once you get really old, like
Really?
not really old. That's like Easy Song's not really old, but once
I
you get
am really
once you
old.
get older, time just you kind of lose
Don't
track.
Close my eyes. Don't wanna fall asleep 'cause I miss you, babe. I'm
Oh my God,
sorry.
that's Aerosmith.
Yeah.
I still turn on that song. Was it? As we go on, you remember all the good times we had together. And I don't feel like it wasn't even that long ago, but it was like a
Wow.
million years. Anyway, it's not about vitamin C. It's about Armageddon and how it's hopeless. If
So the plot of the movie is there's a comet coming to Earth, and what they have to do is they have to split it up. So they have to make it explode at a certain time frame so that all of the debris doesn't hit Earth.
okay.
So like it can disperse and
Yeah.
just kind of be matter in space.
Mm-hmm,
And they end up having to figure out that they can't just like blow it up. They have to like drill a hole and then put the explosive in there and then throw like, you know, explode. So yeah, it's a movie about how oil rig team, like an oil rig team that mines oil in the middle of the ocean, finds themselves on a spaceship on their way to the comet to dig a hole, shove explosives in
And
it,
then
and then
Save the world. And,
Yeah.
Oh.
I wish you lived through like '90s movies. They're so extra, but they're so fun. Like I love '90s.
But I really want to go back in time because I really like 90s songs and all that. So.
Okay, so like the retro vibe.
Yeah,
things?
I love retro vibe and all the movies I feel like are good.
Was
really
a time to
good.
be alive. Let me say.
Well, Armageddon was a really high blockbuster film.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce Willis is in it. Ben Affleck is in it. What's her face?
Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck, and what's her face?
Liv Tyler is in it.
Oh,
Her father from Aerosmith sang the soundtrack.
oh,
She's the
Steven
fem-
Tyler.
Oh, Steven Tyler.
Yeah,
there
yeah,
you
yeah.
go. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
You
No,
know-
I knew who Steven
Oh.
Tyler is. No, I didn't know that he sang the soundtrack for that movie.
Yeah, the Aerosmith song.
Dream On? Or I Don't Want to Miss a Thing?
Yeah, I don't want to miss the thing.
That's from the soundtrack? I
yeah,
thought
that
really?
was the official soundtrack.
Oh,
for
I
it.
didn't know that. I thought that was just from like one of their albums.
Nope. It was-
Oh, that's one of his best songs too. Oh. Oof. He's like so confused. He's like, what are
Yeah,
you
I
talking
can't
about?
공감 today.
No, it's fine. I highly recommend it though. If you ever
Alright,
get a
yeah.
chance to watch it, Armageddon is a good movie. It's older since it's from the 90s, so it's gonna be like a little awkward. Like it's gonna feel a little dated, but it's a good movie. Like this computer graphics are not gonna be like the best, but
Oh, like-
for the technology that we had back then, it was a pretty blockbuster worthy
Listen,
movie.
CG might not be good, but it's got soul, okay?
Exactly.
It does have soul. It's like watching
I'll
Shrek.
check
It ain't
it
that
out.
great, but you know what? It's got soul.
Hey, Shrek's
I mean, you know, I watched Shrek 1 recently. You like how we're going off on these tangents? Like, I watched Shrek 1 recently, and I was like, man, the CG's not as good as I remember. But then I was like, but I really like the movie, so you know,
Shrek is not a children's movie.
it really isn't. You dig deep.
Shrek.
Ooh.
Shrek is not a children's movie.
Oh, are there like jokes that I didn't understand?
Yeah, a lot.
See, I'm very innocent, as you can tell.
I mean,
Oh.
yeah, no, there. I watched it when I was a kid, and I was like, ha ha ha, whatever. Like it's really funny. And then I watched it later, after like analyzing it. I'm like, that seems really wrong. You know what I
Oh.
mean? Like that
But
seems
that's
dark.
a lot. There's a lot
Yeah.
of Disney
Yeah,
and
they all
like
do
Toy
that.
Story and
I'm
stuff
still
like
in
that.
that like ha 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 state. Yeah.
Stay in that.
Okay,
Stay,
I will.
Stay innocent.
I'm in that phase.
Stay
Yeah.
innocent. Stay innocent. But Armageddon is a good movie.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any end of the world type of movies that you find that are your favorites?
I wouldn't say. I did like. What is it? Day After Tomorrow.
Okay.
That came out when I was in like middle school, maybe around the time he was born, actually. Like like a big tidal wave takes over New York City. You probably don't know. Yeah, I really like that movie. It's not really an end of the world so much as it's like, it is kind of the end of the world, I guess. That one with Will Smith. That one has zombies too. I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Movies that depict a dystopian future, like I just watched it the other day, Mad Max. I really like that. I love Mad Max. I watched Furiosa the other day. It was pretty good. Yeah, like movies like that. I love dystopian type, stuff like that. War of the Worlds.
Okay.
That kind of stuff. How about you?
Okay.
I love utopian movies. Like I like positive. I just like cartoons. I'm still a baby. I feel like.
Hey, understandable.
I'm not familiar with like end of the world movies.
Then what about
or dramas.
futuristic movies or like animations, like like living in the future and like stuff like that? What are some of the stuff that you've liked?
Like, Zootopia. I don't know. Like,
Zootopia.
I don't know.
Okay.
Like,
You seen Up? Or not Up?
Yeah,
what's the one with the robot? Wall-E.
Wall-E.
That's kind of a
Yeah, that's like a
dystopian
like,
too,
yeah.
kind of.
But I like techno movies, like about the future and all that stuff. Not
Star
really
Trek?
like, yeah.
Really?
I'm a scaredy cat, so I don't really watch, I guess, kind of scary or dystopian movies. I'm a baby.
You'll grow to love them. I used to think Tales from the Crypt. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but I used to think that was so scary. Like, dun 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 dun. Dun. I used to be so scared of that show. Do you know what that is?
Of course I do.
With the Crypt Keeper?
Of course.
That used to scare me so bad.
I'm gonna show you. Show him a picture. He'd probably freak out.
I will on our next song break. It is.
I get nightmares.
Yeah, he was scared. If you think about it, we had Goosebumps when we were growing up. We had Tales from the Crypt. We also had Murder She Wrote when we were younger. You even remember, but that was even like younger.
But like even
Unsolved
if
Mysteries.
Yeah, but all these
They
shows
were so dark. There were
I'm
so many dark.
scared. Like the titles are like
Right?
Yeah.
So
terrifying me.
Unsolved Mysteries was a show that was based. They would take real crimes and they would kind of reenact the crimes that happened.
Why?
And they would literally be cold cases, like unsolved mysteries. Some of them were kind of supernatural, like you would pull from a tabloid or something like that. But there was this really scary guy that would like host the show, and every time he would,
A deep voice.
he had a deep voice. It's like today on Unsolved
no,
Mysteries. Yeah, it was like deep.
Well, like some of these shows though, like I don't watch a lot of TV these days, but some of these shows, like back then, that's all we had, TV. But back then, like even after the run, they would run for another decade just on reruns. That's why I know what they all are. So yeah. Oh, good memory, man. I haven't heard those names in a long time. Ooh. You'll learn to love crime documentaries later because
Really?
like I'm so into like cold case
seen
stuff. Ooh.
Crying.
I mean, do you watch like have you ever seen Click?
Click?
The movie Click with Adam Sandler?
No, I know Adam Sandler, but
No.
wait, Click?
With the remote control?
Yeah. Oh, I watched that like literally last week.
Oh, really? See, that's
Yeah.
another dystopian type movie. And then that movie made me
That was
cry.
interesting. Like it made me want to like worship my family more. And,
Yeah.
That was wholesome and good.
it made me cry at the end. I don't cry that
Okay.
easily, but that movie's really. Have you never seen Click? Really?
I'd recommend it.
You heretic.
It was good.
I need to watch it.
Yo, you need to watch it.
Okay, I will.
And if it's coming from me, it means something.
Yeah. I need to watch it. This is the first time we've talked about films and Joel's actually been on board because every time we've talked about films up until now for whatever topic, he's like, what?
Really? Also, this is your thing.
that-
finally.
Oh.
Yeah, like-
he's in the zone today.
She's like, hey, Joel, what movies? I'm like, Gone with the Wind, like Betty Boop, like stuff, like old stuff. I'm sorry, Haruto.
I
know
can't
you're
공감 today.
You're so lost. I'm sorry. I should be more inclusive,
No,
but
no,
I'm
it's okay.
old. Like my soul is old.
But it's
So
interesting.
Gone with the Wind, though, I feel that even if somebody watches it today, which is it's available on OTT services, it for what it is, I think it's a good history lesson.
it's a product of its time. You can't
Right.
take today's, the way you view society today and judge it through the lens of today. You have to think it like, oh, that's a movie from back in whatever it was, like the 30s or something when they made
Right.
it. So like,
Right.
yeah.
I get a little disturbed from the closed caption like warning in front of Pinocchio.
Why?
So, have you ever watched the cartoon Pinocchio.
The Disney one?
Yeah, recently.
Not recently, no.
If you go in and you start the film, they have this long description of certain characteristics or ethnicities were not formally product. I don't
That's
know.
new.
Yeah,
that's
that's
because
new.
you're using D+, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
Does
'cause-
it have any like explicit?
No, so what it is
Something?
like at the time, Native Americans
Yeah.
were portrayed very briefly in the film, unethnically, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm from that era. Like watching that, I was just like, then it makes me fixate on what's coming in the film instead of just the film itself.
No, yeah. I had this mad binge. So Disney, you know, they've been around a long time. And if you go back and watch cartoons that
If you
they
go
made
back
from
to
the
watch
40s,
like original like Mickey Mouse stuff,
Yeah.
it's not.
it is.
It's not for children.
It's not for children.
Oh no.
It's not for children.
There's lots of racial stuff and
Yeah.
like it's like
Oh yeah, but, like,
completely unacceptable today.
Right.
But it is fascinating because it's a product of its time. You know, what are you
Right.
gonna do?
Yeah. The reason why I brought that up was because
Yeah.
we were talking about Gone with the Wind. It's like it's a product of its time. I think a lot of these like end of the world movies too, like as we continue on, because like there's already been like a 20-year gap in front of some of the bigger ones. I think that too also has, you know, it's a product of its time.
Yeah.
Like some of the perspectives that we
Yeah.
have at the time, some things that we think now could be so much easier to control.
Yeah.
Back then, we just really didn't fathom if we could do that.
Yeah, like climate change or climate what do you call it, pollution, like stuff like that. But see, the thing is, nobody wants to watch a movie about the ozone layer slowly dissolving. They want to watch a movie with waves and comets and all kinds of craziness, you know.
Right.
But,
Instead of being able to recycle and not use plastic.
Yeah, everyone wants to see somebody throwing plastic bottles in a bin for 2 hours.
I think that's why I like Wall-E.
Oh yeah.
because it's more like modern, I guess.
Yeah,
the message.
right. The message was modern, but they didn't throw it in your face. And
Yeah.
I when I was watching Wall-E, I was very disturbed because I felt that it was such a true reality that was
Yeah.
coming to life.
A lot of people say that though.
Yeah.
It's very relatable to the way society is now, you know,
Like,
and how
yeah.
it's going, in the direction it's going.
Because they even predicted mukbangs on Wall-E.
Isn't that weird?
They predicted mukbang on Wall-E.
my God,
If
I
you
have to
go
watch it
back to
again.
watch it, they're actually sitting there watching people eat while they're they're laying down in their chairs, and like while they're supposed to be working out, there's like people eating. I was just like, eating on TV has never really been that big of a deal until like mukbang. Korea, it's been a very big deal because eating in Korea, like eating shows in
Yeah.
Korea, 한국인의 밥상, like all of these shows, like
Yeah.
you know, 생생정보도, like all of these like shows that portray like good food and stuff like that. People have been eating on TV for a long time, and it has been a hot content in Korea. But like, yeah, a lot of the stuff that I watch in Wall-E, it's like whoa.
It's ahead of its time for sure. Mm-hmm.
Right. The Simpsons also predict a lot.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like they have like a fortune teller in like the production team or something. They predict so much stuff. It's kind of like
Scary,
chills.
you know, from 9/11 to presidential elections, like everything has been up on
presidential
The
election was legend.
VR.
VR.
This
Yeah.
virtual reality, that thing.
The VR.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, so there's an episode where they have like everybody walking down the street with VR goggles on without like just walking around, and like they're all doing something with their like hands, like while they're, you know, having the VR.
But now that from the A company, they have the new, I don't know what it's called, Vision or whatever. It's like $5,000. But I saw like what it looks like to use it. I low-key want one.
It's cool though.
Like crazy awesome.
There's glasses now that can give you real-time subtitles to what people are saying. So if Haruto, you're talking, your
Yeah.
dialogue will come up on the screen of my glasses.
So if I speak like 일본어도 잘했더라 고 했대.
Yeah,
나는
yeah,
이랬더라.
yeah.
오.
So like it
like
translates.
that?
It
Oh,
translates.
yeah.
It translates for it too. Yeah.
We are in the future, guys. This is exciting.
I really want to bring up some. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get that far today, but we'll see. So TOZ's track of new shoes. Do you want shoes for your item?
Yeah, definitely. Not me promoting our song, but yeah. I thought, yeah, I should wear some new shoes to escape that emergency really quick.
Right, no, but having a good
So-
set of shoes does sound
Yeah,
pretty.
good set
I
of
mean,
shoes is important.
I need new shoes at this point.
New shoes, new shoes. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Because
Joel?
if zombies come, there's a big hole in my shoe. I just noticed this the other day. But I like these shoes, man.
You need new shoes.
You need
I
new
do,
shoes.
to
Okay, so we have TOZ's new
escape
shoes
real
to.
quick.
Yeah, he needs new shoes. We're promoting the song, and it's also a great item to have in an emergency situation.
Right.
So what we're going to do is jump into the track, and we'll see you guys back after this and more of the segment.
I got new shoes, new shoes, what? New shoes, I got new shoes, what? Let go. Something candy and nothing new. Boring, boring. 왠지 다들 좀 looking blue. So gloomy. 쇠건 내 아껴둔 brand new shoes. 한 발자국 기차마저 피는 room. Off that road 거침없이 미친 듯이 run. It is your time to choose. 여기 있다는 나와 저 멀리. I give a little clue. I'ma break all the rules. Something about you makes me lighter. Gotcha, I will guide you, girl. Tell me one, two, go. 말해봐, tell me what you want. I'll take you everywhere. Can't leap up to the top. 샤도 높이 저비로 ride. Come on, go for your wishes. 이리 다가와, you're to the business. 가뿐하게 가보는 거야. Girl like you with no shoes. Follow me, hey. Follow me. New shoes. Follow me. Get into new shoes. What? Keep your own plane. 누가 멈추겠대. 그냥 지나가면 돼. 너답게. Turn the frown upside down. Starting now. Can't nobody bring it down here. You drop the crown. Now right 로봇 같아. 다 하나같이 굳어있지. Get up that line 도망가자. 느낌이 오는 곳으로 make my way. 바람은 타고 move. 나만 내 flow 위에 놓쳐. 가볍게 내쉬어 숨. It's so easy, float on the air. Something about you makes me lighter. Gotcha, I will guide you, girl. Tell me one, two, go. 말해봐, tell me what you want. I'll take you everywhere. Can't leap up to the top. 샤도 높이 저비로 ride. Come on, go for your wishes. 이리 다가와, you're to the business. 가뿐하게 가보는 거야. New shoes. Let's go. 아무도 몰라 너 말고. Thought in mind. I'm gonna take you to our zone. Hey you. What? Fall 떨어질까 두려워만 다시 날아오르면 돼. 중요한 건 함께란 걸. Come anytime you want, baby. Let me lift you up. I take you anywhere. Can leap up to the top. 저 하늘길 향해서 fly. 그림만 닿지보다 내 본색 don't never. 작은 꿈이 현실이 되는. Girl like you with no shoes. Follow me, hey. Follow me. New shoes. Follow me. Get into my new shoes.
You want to message me?
Go
RIRANG.
ArirangRadio.com.
Today we're talking about if there was one item we can have on our person in an emergency situation. So pretty much like if there was the end of the world, what would we be having? It looks like we are going to be having a water or some type of water filter for Haruto. You wanted, what was it?
Fire.
Fire.
So a source of fire, and then I have a knife. So we've decided to stick together.
Yes.
I think we can make it a long time if the three of us stick together.
Right.
Once one of y'all strays off, probably Isak, it's over though. She's the one that she's like, I'm curious. Like curiosity killed the cat. You know what they say? You know, we don't need Isak running off.
There was this book I was reading that it was like it's set in like post-apocalyptic scene. I like the setting of the book though.
Okay.
It's like we don't know so everybody doesn't know if it was the government or whatnot, but they had these drones that would be just like setting off bombs in certain areas, but they were only supposed to be to like protect, but it ended up backfiring, or they don't know. Like they don't know if like the government did it on purpose or if it was like a whatever. But pretty much they blew up places, and so there's like people scattered. And the girl, the heroine of the story is she's a librarian, but she was able to be near her library when the bombs went off. So she has used her book skills to go back and forth to the library to like read up on like herbalistic stuff, and so like trying to scavenge for seeds and stuff, and then like plan and survive. And
That's pretty good. Although that's not exactly what I thought you were. I thought you were gonna say she went there to go burn the books and make fire. But that's a good idea though, because you know what, herbal knowledge of herbs and stuff like that can really do something for you.
Yeah, we need an herbalist if that ever happens. Jenga says, "Can I bring a sword and just come along with you guys?" Yes.
I already got. Oh no, she already got the knife. Oh yeah, your sword is longer.
Sword is longer. Yeah. So we need a longer person.
Jenga, go kill that elk over there.
That'd be great. Okay, I don't know how we're gonna see a survey come out of this. Joel, what did you bring for surveys?
Okay, well, I put basically like, what would you bring in an emergency situation if you could only bring one thing? That's basically what we're talking about today.
Oh, there's an actual question about that. Okay.
And can you believe that only 2.6% said they'd bring a radio? How are you supposed to listen to Kpoppin without a radio? What's wrong with you people? And that.
You can't find us on radio unless you're in Jeju.
Yeah, well, maybe the apocalypse happened in Jeju, or where was it? Like, there's another city, isn't there? Yes. Anyway, 49% said water. Okay, that's pretty smart. A hand phone, or a cell phone. 15.3%. Probably the towers, I'm assuming, would go out, so that's probably kind of pointless. 16.9% says food. That's probably gone. Now this one's interesting. Money at 5.1. Listen, people are going to be bartering chicken, eggs, and wheat, so I wouldn't worry about money too much. First aid kit, that's a really good one, but only 2.8% said that. So I don't know. Blanket 3.0.
I think it's because it's bulky. Because I have a case that I bought. It's a little bit of a bigger of a first aid kit than the one that I had, and it is bulky to like have stuff on hand all the time like that. So
I mean, a little bit of disinfectant might really could prevent your death if you get infection. 0.9% said gas mask. What is it? Gas mask. Yeah, it's a pretty good idea, I guess, if you're like there's a nuclear thing going on. 1.2% said a flashlight, but once again, you don't need a flashlight if you have matches, because you can make like a torch or something. Yeah, but that's basically it. And then I don't know what 2.6% said other. I'm not sure what else you could possibly consider bringing, but like I don't know, you'd probably bring your dog. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
This is a depressing post-apocalyptic movie. Have you ever seen the movie The Road? It's based off of a novel.
No. Was it old?
Kind of. The book is kind of old too.
Okay.
I read the book. It's pretty depressing. And then I heard that it was a movie, and I watched the movie. It's a very depressing movie.
Well, around what year did this come out?
Let me find
To the best of your knowledge. Is it a 90s movie?
I don't think so.
Okay, so then,
probably early 2000s.
So to me, that's not that old. Once you get into the 90s, it's old. But then after that, it's okay. Yeah.
2009.
Oh, it's not that old. Yeah. It's like graduate high school.
Yeah, 2009. The Road.
Okay.
It's a very depressing movie.
I didn't even know about this. I'm gonna watch that 'cause I like apocalyptic movies. That's my thing.
It's about, so you find we don't know what's happened. It's just that the start of the movie is like a lot of things are going on. There's a lot of fires going on, and then all of a sudden the world is covered in like an ash blanket.
Oh yeah.
And so everything is dark.
No.
And it's cloudy and it's cold, and it's following the journey of a father and his son.
Okay.
And they go for some, like, it's really realistic. Like, they're raiding people's homes that are abandoned for, like, canned goods and stuff like that. And, people are going to, like, cannibalism, and, like, there's, like, very rarely any type of, like, cat or dog in the neighborhood, or, like, even on the road. It's just a really depressing film. But yeah, it's
Sounds
a
like
good
The
movie.
Last of Us. Kind of.
Kind of.
I like that.
Yeah.
Watch that.
So it's a good book too. But yeah, the movie did a pretty good job as well. Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out. I like that.
Haruto, did you want to say anything? I know that you probably got an article.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Did you want to read anything off of the article? Maybe 1 or 2 points. So what was the point that you got?
I got 가장 위험하다고 생각하는 재난은. So
Oh, okay. So the most dangerous
dangerous
emergency.
situation.
Yeah.
and apparently there's 홍수,
Okay. Flooding.
flooding, 가뭄,
Drought.
복용,
Heat wave.
heat wave, and the virus, and then 13.8%, which is second in the entire survey. I agree with the virus because
Oh.
Well, we know all too well
Yeah.
because 3 whole years of our lives were erased because of that. You know?
I would agree with like the other ones. Like before COVID-19, I would have said like drought is scary, you know, earthquakes are scary.
Well, they're all
but
scary, yeah.
after the pandemic and everything, I thought viruses, not only do you get like sick and it's very 힘들어, but still like the economy affects the economy, like affects everything. So
I
I
agree.
thought virus is actually like technically the most scariest. So I would say virus.
There's a Korean movie that had similar symptoms to COVID.
What?
Like, there's a movie called 감기.
감기? It's just called 감기?
Can you imagine? What movie are you in? Cold.
Cold.
It's called
감기.
and it kind of starts off like COVID did.
Oh, really?
There's a movie that got a lot of bad rep from the States. It was a star-studded cast, like Gwyneth Paltrow, Matt Damon. Also very similar story. It was like bird flu and like swine flu coming together to create this virus. And Matt Damon, he plays the husband to Gwyneth Paltrow. And he's the only one immune, but we don't know why. But like everybody is like just getting sick. But like it was showing how easy it is in our world today to get contaminated. So what happened is the Gwyneth Paltrow's, this is all in the trailer. She goes on a business trip. That's where she consumed the food that put the virus into her. She had no symptoms, but she was cheating on her husband. And so she goes to another state. She has the affair. Like she spends a weekend with her side
Yeah.
man.
Concubine.
And then she goes back to, I think she's in New York, and she's like on the subway and stuff like that. So it traces all the people that have been on the same plane with her, been on the same subway with her, and then it just shows how it like
Oh, man.
it spreads out. It got so much bad rep when it was in the theaters, but like after COVID, it started getting.
That's literally what
popular.
happened.
Yeah. So we are way over time.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much for
Oh.
you two to join us for today. As always, Haruto, you are always welcome back.
Really, I'd love to be back again because I really like Arirang. I've been saying this every time, but I really like Arirang.
We need to jump into the track for today, which is 선우정아's track with 도망가자, Run With Me. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye.
도망가자 어디든 가야 할 곳만 같아 넌 금방이라도 올 것